Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and Ms. Z with the Tea, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's about $2, Fabo. Bankhead, Fabo. Oh, hey, man. Check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Hey, y'all. Come on in. I got a glass of wine. I'm listening to Glass of Wine by Chaz Up. The concert is next week, in case y'all didn't know. Let's go. It's so many events going on. It's the summertime. Today is the first official day of summer. Okay, welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. I am so glad that I get to pop in with you all this week before we're out, okay? Because we got some things coming up. I told you all last week, okay? So I'm so excited for tonight's show. You all, let me tell you all about the powerhouse that I have in my backstage lounge right now, okay, on the Blueprint Live. I have Dr. Shante Griggs joining me. And, look, I've been promoting her all week. She just had a book that was released. You all, I don't know what you're doing, but I need you to stop. I need you to put those headphones in. Just stop wherever you are, okay? Because she has a story to tell, and I'm going to be bringing her on in just a few moments, okay? But before I do that, I have to shout out to all of my listeners that are tuning in with me from Chicago, Jersey, Philly, and Houston, okay? I get a lot of love out in Texas, and I love y'all for it, okay? I love y'all. I love it so much. Thank you. Thank you every week for tuning in, okay? The Blueprint Live is available, of course, on Facebook and YouTube, but it's also available on all the channels, okay? iHeart, Spotify, wherever you need it, okay? We got it. And of course, thank you so much to my radio partners, okay? Shout out to Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media, okay? You can catch them every Sunday. You can catch the Blueprint Live on Sundays too. See, it's the Thursdays and the Sundays. Let me get in these comments really quick. What y'all talking about over here? Hey, Lauren. Hey, sis. Happy Blueprint Thursday. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Thank you. Thank you. I do it for y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, of course, where would we be without our amazing sponsors? Okay. After tonight's show, everyone that I'm mentioning, okay, including my special guest for tonight, is going to be hyperlinked, okay, on Facebook as well as YouTube. Please make sure that you stop and go and like those pages, okay? Remember, we supporting each other over here, okay? And shout out to my sponsors, Live Long Health, Black Dollar Days, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions, okay? Make sure y'all follow the sponsors too. They have different things that's going on. Live Long Health has a whole summer special that's being offered for the month of June, okay? If you use code Blueprint, you get a discount. Now, I'm not going to tell you how deep the discount is because maybe you got to tune in, but know that it's deep. It's a deep discount, okay? A deep dive. Get in there. Okay. Shout out to my sponsors. And with it being the first day of summer, okay, summer has kicked off. I want to know what's on your summer 2024 bucket list. Now, I have a few things that are on my bucket list that I'm actually going to be doing this summer. And I want you all to share too, because I know you all have some good stuff, and I might add your selections to my bucket list. So get ready to share tonight, okay? That's tonight's topic. Now, hold on, I'm gonna get you. I see y'all over here. Bobby said, "Get Tiffany Hayner on your show." Hey, sweetheart. You know, friend, I can't. I won't. We, this is the thing. Everybody at the Blueprint Live, we respect everybody's different political, religious beliefs and all of that. Nope. No. Okay. Now it's time for me to go ahead and bring in my special guest again. I want y'all to give it up. Okay. Let me get it prepared because I have to make sure it's prepared. Okay. I'm going to bring in right now. Dr. Shante, are you ready? Can I get a thumbs up? We are good to go. Hold on. Hi, Dr. Shante. How are you?
Hi.
So, everyone, tonight's special guest, Dr. Shante Griggs. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. You have been you've been having the best week ever, right?
It has. Unbelievable. Still unreal. I wake up every day like, wow, really? Did you just do that? Yeah, I did a thing.
You did. And so, Dr. Shante, okay, look, I've been really, really excited to talk to you because, ma'am, first off, when I read up on you, she is a powerhouse, a true powerhouse. I want to give them, and you tell me if I missed anything, okay? You've got a degree in pharmacy as well as, and correct me if I'm wrong, naturopathic girl. I said it right.
You said it right. Oh, the first try.
Medicine. I did good. Okay.
You know how many years it took me to say that?
It's a tongue twister. I was literally practicing it before we went live. Okay. And then I just learned earlier. So you have a show, a beauty line, and you're an author. But let me know, am I missing anything?
I'm still wrapping my mind around all of that. A mother, which I absolutely love. It's yes.
That's right. So look, I always, when I bring my guests on, Dr. Shante, I like to give our listeners just kind of like a journey of everything. Can you talk about, choosing your field as far as medicine?
Oh, wow. My gosh. Okay. Whew. So when I went to college, I actually wanted to go into engineering. I went to the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Okay. And one day I looked at, how you look at a curriculum and you start looking at the names and I'm like, I don't know what these classes mean. I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. And so I decided to change my major to pre-med. Okay. And my roommate at the time, her cousin was finishing her PharmD from the University of Illinois at Chicago at their College of Pharmacy. And she had me on the phone with her and she said, hey, have you ever thought about pharmacy? And I said, what's that? Now we're talking over 20 years ago. So it wasn't as well known because whenever I told people that I was going to school to become a pharmacist, they instantly thought pharmacy technician. And I was like, no, it's a pharmacist. And so it's really interesting thinking back on how I had to explain to people what that was. And I went through the program and I always still wanted to do pre-med because I wanted to be more involved in patient care. And again, this is from the perspective of over 20 years ago where pharmacists weren't in patient care. These days, they're all throughout the hospitals. They're in clinical pharmacy. They're at the patient's bedside. They're doing a lot more than when I first entered. So my desire to be more in patient care was based off of what was happening in those times for pharmacy, which is not the same now. And so I still decided to sign up for my MCATs to go to the pre-med route. And then at that time, another young lady walked up and she kind of just planted the seed. hey, have you ever thought about naturopathy or naturopathic medicine? And I
Okay.
was like, well, what is that? And so,
Right. That was the first thing I'm like, I need to research immediately.
what is that? And I didn't jump into the field just off of that information.
Okay.
Because she was pre-med when I met her, and I was pre-pharmacy. But when we ran back into each other years later, she had already pursued the program. And I asked, I said, hey, did you ever finish your medical degree? She's like, no, I decided to do this instead and become a doctor of this. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. But I still never, I always knew that they were really heavy on nutrition, and of course, natural pain relief. And it was years later when I signed up and I said, okay, you know what? This is the next step on my trip of getting into patient care. I'm going to just take my MCATs. And then I said, well, I don't know that I want to do that, because the only thing I feel that I would be gaining is just prescribing authority. And I don't know that I care about that much. Why don't you take the road that's least traveled? I'm going to look into natural medicine. And so I actually did a Google search to become the naturopath. And then this school popped up, the National College of Naturopathic Medicine. And I'm looking at the Google and I'm like, it's not spelled right. What is this? Because I know what I typed and versus what popped up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? This school is within 8 miles of where you live. What is this? And so I went there just to take a nutrition class. That's it. I only wanted to add nutrition to my professional portfolio as a dispensing pharmacist. I worked with Walgreens for over 17 years. So at this time in my life, I was a Walgreens pharmacist, and I was staff at a location in Chicago. Okay. And so I went and took a class. But while I was there, I developed a frozen shoulder. I had an injury, and I couldn't raise my arm to hear it without excruciating pain. And I had to go to work just like that.
That's painful.
It was very painful. I had to ask people to help me. But of course, I got student loans. I have a mortgage to pay. I have to go to work. So, I wasn't born with a silver spoon, so but it's not like I had parents or anything. So I had to take care of myself, but I did not want to go under the knife. I did not want to have surgery. And that was the only thing that was being offered to me at that time, surgery and medication. And I'm not taking any painkillers because I'm the pharmacist. I have the narcotics safe key in my pocket. So I have access. So I had to go to work in pain. But just by chance, I was in this school and I was taking notes in my nutrition class, and the doctor saw me. I mean, he was the instructor, but he was also a doctor of naturopathy, and he was also the instructor in a technique class. But he saw me in pain, and he said, "Shante, are you in pain?" And I said, "Yeah, my shoulder. I haven't been, and I became the guinea pig of the class because some of the other classmates were also in his technique class. And so he said, hey, we got a real life case here. Let me show you something. So I, not knowing the gem of the place that I was in, I went on back, I got on the table, he did some things. And the thing that I explained to people is someone that didn't know anything about the medicine. Is that when I got off the table, I felt something different. Something was different with the shoulder. And I turned to him and I said, I will pay you cash if you can fix this. Where is your office? And
like, I need this to not just be for the class for today. I need this long term.
Yes, I scheduled my appointment within a week. And I remember this happened in November because I have a really good friend who had a birthday party in November. And I was just feeling so bad because I thought I wasn't going to be able to go. But I had one treatment with this naturopath. And I was up in the club that Friday.
Giving them the shoulders, Dr.
And I was like, oh my God, what is this? What's your what?
Right. Like you said you were in pain earlier. You feeling better now.
Yes. Tell me more about this naturopathy. So, nutrition plus what? Because this is amazing. Like,
Dr. Shante, I know that we have some listeners that are tuning in that just came in. They may have missed the type of medicine. Can you just give us a brief overview of the type of medicine? Just a quick definition.
Oh, naturopathic medicine is just a natural medicine that involves nutritional counsel, natural pain relief. I'm able to help people get out of pain without medication, painful injections, or surgery.
Okay. Now, Dr. Shante, does that span across like for people that may have different issues as far as with so like you may have some people that have diabetes or some people that have fertility issues or different things. Are you able to help like a wide span of people or
indirectly? I would say that not directly, but indirectly, because we are connective tissue specialists by definition, if you want to use the bougie term of what we are. And you have connective tissue throughout your entire body, right? And so connective tissue, you know, it can be the ligaments, the things that connect muscle to bone, or it could be the fascia network. We call that the white meat that's right underneath the skin. It can be blood, lymph, you know, so it's connective tissues are a few different types of cells and things within the body, I should say. And that's what we treat. And so pain disorders by definition is connective tissue disorders. But since we're affecting connective tissues, we're affecting nerve tissue, muscle tissue, bone tissue. It's hard tissue, but it's still a tissue at the core of it. So we're affecting so many other things. And because we also align the spine, we also align the pelvis, we are able to affect the entire body. We're putting everything back into alignment. We're helping to tissue, correcting tissue, I should say. And then we're also helping through nutrition by feeding the tissues what it needs for repair and restoration. So we're able to help people inside out. So it is a manual medicine, and we do have to touch you for what we do, but it's so many things that we're able to do. So I always answer that with indirectly, yes, we can be able to.
No, I appreciate that. And because, you know, when I wanted to look up a little bit more. I was like, okay, I'm like, we talking about some real stuff here. But I saw something where they were comparing that type of medicine to like chiropractors. But what you all do is so much more detailed, right? As far as between those two different practices.
Here's the thing. The founder of naturopathic medicine was a former chiropractor. So it is a derivative of chiropractic medicine, which is a derivative of osteopathic medicine. And these three fields of medicine were founded within like 3 years of each other in Iowa. So they all kind of had, the only difference is that the other two forms of medicine are widely known. Our founder was so afraid of others stealing the techniques that he kept it a secret, and he did a great job. He kept it a secret. He did a darn good job of that because, you know, we're celebrating 116 years as a profession, but no one really knows what that practitioner is. And a lot of my work is, you know, in the education part of it. I don't treat as a doctor because I'm more in the realm of administration and the education and trying to create more naturopathic doctors. And that's pretty much what my passion has been since. And I meant to also mention that shoulder injury was in 2010.
And you haven't had any pain since?
Not
oh
since.
My good. Do you all hear this? Okay, look now, Dr. Shante, you have to send me your link for people if they, you know, need to get it. You know, we got a lot of people. I'm like, we got some bad knees in here, some elbows. I know my people out here, they got some things going on. I just yes.
We never claim to cure anything, but we don't really meet people that we can't help in some way. They're affected. We're able to help them.
Absolutely. I know that, you know, I saw that you had kind of experienced some different challenges along the way that kind of, you know, really yielded you to starting your book series and different things. Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. When I got married, and this was right as I was finishing my degree in naturopathic medicine, and when I kind of got there, it was when we decided to have a family. So it was around my childbearing years. And who knew? I didn't, you know, I guess I may have started in late 20s, 28, near 30, around that time. And I don't want to reveal my age here. So,
that's okay. No, we will not. And y'all better not ask in the comments. Okay, we're not doing that.
Just joking. And so yeah, I had a challenging time during my childbearing years, the early years. I've had 5 pregnancies in my lifetime, and I only have one surviving child. He's 7. He's my miracle baby. But yeah, he came after, let's see, I had two miscarriages before, but they were like separated by 10 years. So they were different circumstances in different places in my life. So one was a miscarriage. So within my marriage, the first one was a miscarriage. The second one was a preterm birth. My first son was born at 25 weeks gestation. So he only survived 3 days because he passed from the complications of his prematurity. And my next pregnancy was an ectopic pregnancy where the pregnancy was in my right fallopian tube. And it was at a doctor's appointment that they discovered it because, that can be fatal. And so it was actually about to burst. And it was while I was on the table and they were conducting the uterine ultrasound. And they're like, we don't see anything, but the pregnancy test is positive. I'm showing the symptoms, everything. And in that moment, I went, ow. And I felt something on my right side. And then the young lady, she panned the camera over to the right, and that's when they found the pregnancy. So they had to admit me immediately, have to have emergency surgery, and that pregnancy was terminated. And at that time in my life, I had just given up at that point. It was too much after, because they were all within maybe a year of each other. So 2013, 2014, and
that's so
so it was very challenging. And when I found out about my son, I didn't even know. So, because I just thought, I know that what the gynecologist told me. She said, oh no, you can still have it. And I'm like, lady, I got one good fallopian tube here. I don't know if it's in the cards for me here.
Yeah.
And during that time, I had also been on bed rest. So I had a lot of time, I was laid off from work. So my career at Walgreens ended. And then when
I've heard that they are not always the greatest to their people in times of need. And we're not here to talk about anybody, but I would imagine.
But back then it wasn't as bad as what I've come to find, but hey, when God closes a door, one door closes, a window opens, and it did. But at that time, when I found out about my son, I had just opened my practice. I was fresh out of school. I had passed my exam, got my license. And that was after maybe sitting for about a few months where I wasn't doing anything. I had fell into depression. I just didn't do anything. I was in my last year. I was in my internship year in this school. And I just stopped doing anything because I was just so hurt. And one day, I don't know, someone was like, you're so close to finishing. You should keep going. And I was like, well, all right. So I went back in and just took it one day at a time. And I finished. They let me walk with my class, but I had to go back and finish the time that I had missed because I had been out for a few months.
Okay.
And so I was able to walk with my class, and then I went back and I finished, and I started slowly getting back into it. And then I got excited. I had opened up my practice. I had done my thesis for my 4th year. My thesis was
tell them about the thesis.
My thesis, because I was pregnant in that internship year.
Okay.
So it was really cool because my friends and yes, you can have it. That's my son. I know he always likes to, you're on camera. I did my fellow interns, they would treat me because when you're pregnant, you're in pain a lot. Everybody's pregnancy isn't sunshine, the flowers, and the violins. And I've had enough of them to know that they are all different. Of them. Some of them I was perky and still doing my hair, and others I just felt like crap and ugly.
Right, like just close the door, okay? Leave me alone.
Yes. And so it was such a blessing though to have known about this medicine because I didn't have to suffer pain in the same way. And I used to always feel so bad. I had so much empathy for pregnant women that came up to the pharmacy looking for solutions. And I knew that there was nothing I can really recommend them only in the first trimester, because by the time you get to the second and third trimester, everything is essentially contraindicated. You can't take it. So what are they supposed to do? So I always had a heart for the pregnant population for that. When it came to pain relief, it was very little that they could do. I only let one prescription go in my life, a Tylenol with codeine prescription. It was the one and only that I allowed to go through, because this woman had excruciating migraines.
Oh my God. Those are the worst.
And I was on the phone with her doctor, and she said, I know your concerns. She is so miserable. I turned, I looked at her, and I just said, okay. And that was the last time that I probably let anything go. But I always had a heart for when they were in pain, legitimately in pain. They know that they're in pain, and all of the diagnostics are saying nothing's wrong. They can't see it, but they know what they're feeling.
Exactly.
So I was so blessed and so fortunate to have been in that school, and my interns, they were working on me, and they were discovering things too about the pregnant person's body and pelvis and how flexible, and as it prepares for childbirth.
It helps everybody.
So I did my thesis on hyperlordosis and lower back pain in the pregnant population with the application of naturopathic medicine, because I was pregnant and I was discovering so many things. And so that's what I did my thesis on and presented to the school about, because that's what I was passionate in. And then after, when I left and got licensed, whereas some of my classmates were going into sports medicine or they were doing other things, I went into women's health, particularly family planning, prenatal and postpartum care.
Okay.
And when I opened up my center, it was called Griggs Care. I was on the south suburbs. I was so super duper excited. I signed my lease. And the day after I signed the lease, I found out I was pregnant. And I knew then that I would not be able to keep the shop, my dream. I had to let go of one dream for another.
Yeah.
And so I kept it open for like the first trimester, but after that, the third trimester, I had to shut the doors for good. And I had to give all of my clients, my patients to, for their continuity of care, send them to other naturopaths throughout the Chicagoland area so that they can still be treated. That was heartbreaking to let go of my dream office and practice and what I wanted to do. But I also knew that I needed to get to term, which I did. But unfortunately, I was going through a divorce at the same time. And no, right? And so that was like, what is happening, God? Really? What's happening?
That's a lot for anybody. And these are, Dr. Shante, not to cut you off, these are the stories that people don't hear. They see your success. They see that, you've accomplished all of these things, but they don't know the things that go on in the background, that you have to navigate in order to get to those places. So thank you for sharing with us.
Oh, absolutely. I heard from a very popular motivational speaker that said that when you share your story, and in sharing your story, that can be someone else's survival guide. And that's when I said, you know what, it's time, and while I was on bed rest, the Type 4 Experience, my book that just published, it was born of being on bed rest. And let me tell you, here's the thing, that and the Shante Beauty and Health line was created while I was at home, unemployed, sitting on bed rest, nothing to do. And the first product I made was a product that I call Smooth Like Butter. And really, I just didn't want to get
because you got some in the background. Can we talk about some of those?
These are the setups that I had for our launch yesterday. So this is the shampoo, the conditioner, at least for the hairline. But the hairline grew or evolved into one because of the body products. I was pregnant and I was trying not to have stretch marks, not knowing that there are other reasons why I didn't know. And so, and I don't have them, but that was the reason that I made it. And then one day I said, well, given my situation, and I had all of these recurrent losses, pregnancy losses, I was just so paranoid about the things I put on my body, on my skin. And so I said, well, you know what, Shante, if you make it, you'll know exactly what's in it. And that, it's just as simple as that. I was just afraid. and I didn't want to do anything. And I'm a pharmacist, and some of the things that those words I can't pronounce on the back of some of those ingredients.
Okay. I'm
And
glad
so
to know I'm
I'm
not
like,
the only
wait a
one.
minute, what is this? So that was how it started. And then as I was going through my natural hair care journey, and as I, gave my dedication to my hairstylist, I couldn't make it to her anymore because I couldn't leave. I was on bed rest. I could not leave. And she offered to come to me and things. And it just didn't feel right because you have a business to do. I just, my pride wouldn't allow me to accept her help to keep my hair going. So what I did was go into protective style. I went into some cornrows, and that is when lace front wig era for Shante went, because I just wanted to look okay, presentable, but I didn't want to lose my hair. So it was just braided underneath. I just left them in braids and just went through the pregnancy, went through the first few years, because when they cut you open and take a person out of you, yeah, that's difficult. You're not going to be sitting here trying to do your hair. So having to go through that.
Like, this is the last thing on my list right now. The last.
Having to do that and go through and become a single parent, which I did not sign up for. That was something like, oh my God, what is, you have this little baby to take care of and you're by yourself. And then I had my dad, who was such a huge help with him. He moved up here. He was living in Texas. He moved to Chicago, came, helped me out. And I'm grateful for him. He's no longer with us. He left us just right in the midst of COVID, like in 2021, not from COVID. But that whole thing. And that was so devastating, losing a parent. And that's when I was working on my book. It's Mommy Hurts. That's the next one that's coming. It's called Mommy Hurts. And that's going to tell more of that story and the different things that you go through as a mom, becoming a mom, in the different ways that we hurt. It's just that my heart said, well, launch Type 4 Experience first. And then we'll segue into it. And in the book, I also talk about Mommy Hurts, because that's what Mommy Hurts is based off of my thesis as well, and I dedicated that thesis to my late son, because had I not gone through that, then I wouldn't have been encouraged or inspired to talk about that. And what I discovered when it comes, there's so many forums and groups out there with women and infertility and recurrent pregnancy loss and all kinds of reproductive health issues. And it wasn't until I was going through that I found out that I wasn't alone, and that millions of women were going through it. And that is why I was so motivated to have my women's health facility in naturopathic medicine. Because of that, a lot of family and friends, and I know they meant well, they would say things like, well, maybe you just can't hold them. And I was like, oh, there are millions of people that go through this. I'm not just an anomaly. I am triggered. Oh. And so, and they knew, I think that I know that they meant well. They didn't mean it the way that it came out, because they just didn't know how to empathize. And so that book, Mommy Hurts, is for the women that have to deal with that. And, I've had the miscarriage. I've had the preterm labor. I've had the ectopic pregnancy, and I think I used to think back and say, well, God, why did I have to go through all of this? And I think I understand now. I get it. Is to tell the story and to be able to show people a way, show them and walk them back to health. Because this pregnancy, it went just fine. And everyone was so afraid that I wouldn't make it to term. And we had to go and get this one.
You coming with us.
I had a schedule, and I really wanted to do a vaginal birth so bad. But I had a wonderful gynecologist, a wonderful doctor. And she said to me, Shante, honey, I know you don't want to get cut again, but we have worked so hard to get this baby here. And I just don't know that if anything happened, we don't have enough time to respond. If you were to do this, please reconsider. And that is when I said, okay, when I went into emergency labor with the second pregnancy,
Okay.
I thought that they gave me the vertical, but they didn't. They gave me the bikini one.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, thank you. Because I thought I was going to have
We appreciate this.
I was going to have this lasting scar down the belly because my son then was breech. He was sitting right up with me. And then I just went into, preterm labor. But actually my cervix was effacing months in. And I didn't get a chance to do the, the cerclage, the cervical stitch.
Okay.
And they didn't want to do it because part of the water bag was seeping in. And so they were afraid to nick it. So I had spent 2 weeks in the hospital. This was that year in 2014 when Chicago had that blizzard and no one could go anywhere. I had to make the
That's
hospital.
happened a few times, but yeah, that
it was that year.
I
and
remember.
At the time I was still married at the time, but my husband was deployed. He was in Kuwait. And so it was.
So you were like totally by yourself.
I was completely by myself, and it was terrifying. And every day I would get up and go to that NICU. Even when I would call for the wheelchair, if they took too long, I was lining against that wall, making it to that
I gotta
NICU.
go. I gotta go.
Yes. And when we discovered, his brain bleed and that it was moving structures, it just was imminent. It was a very difficult decision to say, you know what, we're going to discontinue the life support. And I'm telling you, those NICU nurses were so amazing. Like they were so hurt, and they took care of those babies there for you. They really did. And it was just, I remember, my ex-husband at the time saying, wow, you're so strong. Because I said, well, I'm going to be there. And he's like, I don't know if I can do that. And I said, well, this baby has heard my voice as long as it knows. It's been conceived.
That's right.
I'm going to be there until the very end. And I did. To the very end. And so I tell that story, and it's amazing because I couldn't tell the story without crying. But now the more that I told the story, and to find that there's so many people that have similar stories. Well, what did you do? How did you move? How did you, and so,
how did you navigate? Right.
How did I get through it? And so now I'm doing it in print. So I started with the Type 4 experience. Next, I'll release Mommy Hurts. I'm excited about that. So Mommy Hurts, the Hope After Horror.
Okay. Now with the Type 4 experience, you had an exciting launch yesterday. I was really sad. I was out here in these Juneteenth streets, Dr. Shante, but you had an exciting launch yesterday. How was that for you? Just
it was amazing. It was amazing. I am so grateful for the people that joined the panel. And really what I wanted was to invite people, and we're going to make it an ongoing conversation because I wanted people to share their Type 4 experience. Because we all have one. We all have one, especially if you're of African descent, you have one. You may be bald now, but you had hair before, and you had hair of the texture. So you have the experience. And so I wanted to showcase other people, their experience, get on the panel, because mine is in the book. I'm clear about what happened to me.
You say you laid it all out.
It's already out there. And then that's when I shaped it to become a hair guide.
Okay.
At first it was just me telling my story, and then I said, and then I had to learn to do this, and make sure you don't do that because that isn't work. And I went,
we've all had some hair fails. Like have you ever tried to color after you had permed? It was like a little too close, and then it's the ladies have had a time.
So it was amazing. We are going to we're going to be, and I'll make sure that when I confirm everything on all of my social media, we are tentatively scheduled to do a book signing at Afro Joe's in the Beverly neighborhood of Chicago, July 10th. And it's going to be during the time of the show Holistic Relationships, my show Holistic Relationships. So that's when we're going to do that. And we're going to have It's a coffee shop, Black-owned coffee shop. We're just gonna sit around, have some coffee, some tea.
You know, I love a good cup of coffee now.
You know, have the tea about hair, and we're gonna talk about hair and Black hair. And so that's going to be so exciting, you know. So we're planning a lot for the book tour, the salon, and the hairstylist that I've made my dedication to. I'm going to do a book signing there. We're just confirming dates and just getting a schedule together for people to come out and partake in the conversation, you know. So it was fun. It was fun. If you guys get a chance to check it out, please, I know it was a 2-hour event, and I know you're like, oh my God, 2 hours. Well, when I tell you that I had to get people off of there, when I tell you,
you said they could have went on all night, right?
I had to stay on cue, and each panelist, they had 7 minutes, but they were just so, I don't know, that enthusiasm, and they were just, you know, so I'm like, okay, so we're just 2 minutes over that one. Okay, let's improvise, you know.
Y'all are rolling a little bit more, but that's okay.
So we're going to bring some of the panelists back and other ones. And then I want to do more specialty shows where we talk about the men of the type 4 experience, you know, so there's some, you know, we got some shows planned coming up to talk about that. And
now, where can they, not to cut you out, where can they tune into your show for the holistic show? Where can they tune in there?
Holistic Relationships is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I live stream to all of my platforms. I have Facebook, I have LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's another, because Instagram is a little different, because I have to do that a little different for Instagram.
Okay.
But I do post clips and things on my Instagram and my TikTok. And then I also stream from our station, also from the university station. That's my little time slot, you know, just to, you know, diversify the content for the channel, give them a little something different on the channel. So NCNMU TV channel, we stream there as well. And those channels stream to over 200 countries. So we are having global conversations about the holistic relationship.
Wait a minute, we got to break out the pom-poms, Dr. Shante. Wait a minute now. That is amazing. That is amazing. So, and I love that, because, you know, we have to have, you said it earlier, as far as like that you do a lot of the education behind things. We have to know, like, if people don't know that this type of medicine, or that, you know, your books or the hair care, if they don't know these things, how can they support? So I love that. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes. Well, you know, what I'm more interested in sharing the stage, you know, and bringing other people as well to the conversation, you know, because I just love the different perspectives. You know I have my belief system, and there are things that I like, but I'm always interested in knowing, what does the next person, like, what are they thinking? Where, you know, what is their walk of life? What is their experience like? So that's just something, that's just me, you know, so I don't mind it at all. Just bringing people on to co-host or to, you know, be a part of the panel. And the layout of the show is, I do go over different types of topics. Some things I grab from social media. Some things are just part of the human experience. I go over my show, but then afterwards, the plan is to get the panel and we discuss that same topic. But people don't have to hear my part. Let's bring in the other people and share their perspectives on these same things. So we got all kinds of things coming up, like with divorce and child support, and these are real issues out here, you know.
People are a lot of things. They really are.
They are. And as much, and I think that, you know, like, I'm a millennial. I like to call myself a senior millennial, because I'm like right at the, you know, but
don't take that senior off. It's a millennial. Take it off.
You know, I'm over there where I was almost Gen X, but not quite. And so I don't know where I kind of, you know, so I lived in both worlds. I remember doing a paper on a typewriter, and I remember those big old back Apple computers, you know. I remember dialing off of a rotary phone, and I have the iPhone, you know, so I remember.
Well, that means I'm a senior millennial too, then. I remember. I said I'm a senior millennial.
I just remember these experiences. I just remember, and I'm like, okay, I remember how this was, and I grew up in this age too. And
Right.
I know, and at least I thought that social media was supposed to be a means of bringing people together and connecting to so many people, because you can touch all corners of the globe with it. But somehow, in ways, I feel it's made us less social, and people don't know how to have conversations with people anymore because of it. And then I also feel that there's this swipe left mentality. We're so quick to swipe left that we're also doing that inadvertently and maybe unconsciously when it comes to our relationships with people. And so I bring up these type of topics in holistic relationships so that we can have better outcomes and better relationships, whether it's romantic relationships, your family relationships, your working environment relationship. A relationship is a relationship is a relationship. And how can we be better with each other in these relationships? And it starts with, talking about it. So you have to get out of your comfort zone and have the difficult conversations and just try to encourage emotional maturity and, just talk about it. Like, I can respect your perspective. And really, for me, it's just about being understood. It's not about being right or wrong, just being understood. And the best way to being understood is to understand first, because your whole position can change once you understand. And my fields involve active listening. So as a pharmacist, I had to actively listen. As an African, I had to actively listen. And so, I know my empathy meter is off the chain here.
Right. Like there's no scale for it. There's no scale.
People, and I think that is why I get along with people, because I understand them, and I'm not very quick to take offense to things. A lot of times with me communicating my position or what I'm thinking based off of how someone is showing up, it might come off a certain way if they're not used to a person being direct. Exactly. And so I'm like, I just don't have any tact. And I make jokes about it.
There's no filter over here. Okay.
What you see is what you get. I don't, I don't believe in being pretentious and all that. What you see is what you get, and so I'm just excited about that and just connecting. Someone said that connecting people. Yeah, we're connective tissue specialists. We connect people.
Okay. Well, that is the thing. Dr. Shante, I just, we can go on forever. Okay. We can have our own little panel, but I we can. Okay. I just want to, just let you know that I really appreciate you taking this time out. I mean, this is like the week of the release for the Type 4 experience. So I'm so thankful that you were able to come on and just join me and share a little bit more about your story and just, give my listeners some things to look forward to as far as buying your books and supporting you moving forward. We're going to be at Afro Joe's, y'all. We got to get our coffee.
Yes. Afro Joe's, have some tea, it's the hair tea.
Yes. And look, before you leave me tonight, can you just let everyone know where they can follow you and also where they can purchase the Type 4 experience?
Absolutely. The Type 4 experience is available on Amazon. So you can get it same day if you got the right membership. So the Type 4 experience is available on Amazon. So it's available as an ebook, and the paperback is available as well. And you can find me at Dr. Shante RX, no spaces, all lowercase, everywhere.
Yes. Dr. Shante, thank you so much for joining me. Best of luck on everything. You're going to have my support. I'm going to be sharing everything. Please let me know when everything is finalized as far as the other tour dates, because, we may have some people in the different cities that would love to come out and support. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Y'all, what did I tell you? I told you all that Dr. Shante was the one. Okay. I told y'all. Now, look, I'm going to leave her information scrolling here, but I got to take a quick break. Okay. When I come back, we're going to hop into tonight's Hate It and Love It. And baby, I got some Hate It and Love It's for y'all. Okay. Please hold. We'll be right back. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you could treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live. The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you. All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Now, look, I'm going to go ahead and just hop into it. These cicadas got to go. The cicadas got to go. Yes, this is my Hated It again for this week. Okay. Yes, it is. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. I caught all of y'all in the comments. I tried to get everybody up there. The cicadas have to go. I was attacked on Father's Day. Now, I have been giving the cicadas a little bit of, like, I'm like, they're harmless. They're not going to do anything. No, not the cicadas. Okay. Hell no. Attacked me. It attacked me. Got up in my curls. Y'all. Okay. Disrespectful. Disrespected me. I was disrespected at the Walgreens in Country Club Hills, Illinois, or Hazel Crest, whatever side it sits on. If you know, you know. Okay. The one off 183rd. I was attacked. I feel like I need to sue somebody. My sister was with me and she was laughing. And I told her, I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to share this story, but I'm just like, the cicadas have to go. Okay. That's the Hated It. That's the Hated It this week. She said, I'm hollering. Sis, understand that I damn near took off all of my clothes. Okay. Because it went from my hair to inside of my dress. My pretty little dress that I wore for Father's Day. All I was trying to do was go down the makeup aisle. Y'all know I like to play in makeup. I love it. And I literally go, I'm walking. And then I turn around, I'm having a conversation with my sister. And she's just like, Misha, it's a cicada in your hair. I'm like, immediate freak out. Immediately freaked out, y'all. And I'm going to spare y'all certain details because they are so embarrassing. They are so embarrassing that I just cannot. But needless to say, I damn near came out of everything I had on at that Walgreens. Do you hear me? I almost came out of it. Okay, I'm talking about, baby, y'all know at Walgreens, they got that big ass mirror that's at the top, right? I am pretty sure that everyone heard the chaos and calamity that was going on in the makeup aisle. Okay. Now, mind you, this particular incident comes after I was walking up to my house last week. One smacks me in the face and lands on my left titty. Okay. Let me just, we going unfiltered tonight. Let's do it. Boom. Pew. I'm like, whoa, you are disrespectful. Or flying into the car while you're just trying to get a breath of fresh air while you let your air conditioning come on and just lands on the dash. Now, I'm not scared of them. So I'm going to pick you up by the wing. I'm going to toss you out the window. But if you hopping in my hair and then hopping into my dress, y'all, I almost undressed at the Walgreens, okay? The cicadas have to go. Whitney said I would have passed out. Baby, I almost did. Kim said me too. Me too. Whitney said they got it out for you. They got 2 to 3 more weeks, sis. I'm hiding for 2 to 3 more weeks. Okay. Now, I'm gonna move on to another hated it because I'm like, you know what? Let's start it there. I want to say this. I respect everyone that is in sales or they sell a product or they do whatever. My personal hate it is this is for me. I don't like when people are like pushy, like sales pushy with me. Because this is the thing. If you know me and if you've been around me or whatever the case is, if it's something that I want and I want to buy it, I'm gonna buy it, right? Or if it's something that I have interest in, or I've expressed like I have interest, I'm just, I don't have the capacity right now, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm having a lot of different opportunities and things coming my way, and I have to take the time to sort it out because I'm like, I got some other things going on, so I can't get to that right now. And I've just had some instances where even on a corporate level, even down to my business level, on a personal level, people have just been like, oh, like you're going to insult me while you're trying to sell me on something. I don't like it. So my other hated it. Let me take a sip. I don't like it. If I want to buy, I'm going to buy. And the thing about it is that some of the opportunities that are coming, I'm interested in them, but I just don't have the capacity to delve into it, right? Like I can't. Moving along. Y'all, I know that y'all are going to talk about me when I say this, that this is my love it. And I want you all to bear with me. Okay? Because I'm when I drop this, y'all going to be like, MzMetchi, no. My love it this week, y'all. And please, oh my gosh, don't judge me. My love it is Sexy Red, y'all. Get it sexy. Boy, you know this ass super fat. I'm throwing it back. He wanna kiss me all over my tats. I'm so sexy, they attack. Yo. I don't care. I don't care. Let me tell y'all why I don't care. I've accepted that, and I mean this not in like a, like a HOE 304 type of way, but respectfully, like, I like chill music. Air. But it's my truth. And I stand behind it 100%. Like, you can't tell me that when Get It Sexy comes on, or I'm looking for the hoes, I don't get, baby. And I got a whole husband. I don't care. When it come on, this thing gonna start moving. It's gonna start moving, y'all. And I'm unashamed. I'm so unashamed. I love it. Okay, Whitney said, Get It Sexy moves me. It moves me too. It moves me. It moves my spirit back to college, like whatever, like just when you was, like it's giving, make it clap. It's giving. She gives me that, she gives me that, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I get so excited when it comes on. Like, I got some parties coming up because my other love it that I'll couple with that. Let me couple it. So you all know Daycation is happening this Saturday. Okay, we're going to be at the Renaissance in Bronzeville. It's free to RSVP. You don't have to buy a ticket. Just come out, come drink. We got Exquisite Souls. This, that's going to be our food vendor. She got birria tacos. Yeah, birria tacos. We got some good music. We got all of that other stuff. And then the Chai's Up concert is coming up on Tuesday. It's a very exciting time. And I can't wait to hear Sexy Red in all of those places. I can't wait. I can't wait. it makes my heart sing. Okay. So those are my hated and loved this week. I want you all to go ahead and drop yours in the comments. And you also need to be dropping those businesses. I got a couple business people that I know for sure are business folks that are on the live right now. Drop your business, drop your blog, your song, your book, whatever it is. Okay. Drop it and get this word from our sponsors. When we come back, we're definitely jumping into tonight's What Would You Do? Be right back. Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Introducing the Roach Motel Ashtray, the greatest ashtray in the world. It's the ashtray of every smoker's dream. And the reason why is because it has a storage compartment with a lid on it, so you can keep all of your stuff away from the ashes. It's luxurious. It'll change your life. That's right, the Roach Motel Ashtray. And you can get it at www.roachmotelstore.com. Log on now and get yours today.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions. Hey, y'all, welcome back. It's your girl, MzMetchi. Now, make sure if you haven't already that you are following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms, okay? Just type in at the BP Media Co. and we pop right up. Tonight's What Would You Do? This lady is in a little bit of a dilemma with her fiance, okay? Let's get into it. Let me take a sip first. The What Would You Do? This one is giving, can we communicate? Do you hear what I say? My fiance and I got into a very heated argument when we were on our way to the gym, and my kid's father texted me an emergency was going on. Then he called me, and I took the call because he was trying to reach my son, but couldn't. This was a life-threatening emergency. I talked to him for about 4 minutes, and my fiance is pissed. About a year ago, my kid's father texted about some advice, and my fiance told me it was disrespectful that he texted or called me. So I let my kid's father know not to call, and he was good with that. No calls until yesterday when there was an actual emergency situation. My fiance blew up at me, going off saying that I'm messing with my kid's father, and I've been talking to him even though I have not talked to that man in over a year. He's not talking to me, saying that he's tired of me. I apologized to him and even said that it was disrespectful. He still won't talk to me. What should I do? Girl. Okay, girl. See, I'm in my unbothered era, so I'm probably the wrong person. I'm probably the wrong person to give any advice. Okay, so tonight's What Would You Do? Her fiance has a problem with her being in contact with her child's father. He called because it was an emergency, and she only talked to him for 4 minutes, but her fiance is very upset. And he says that they are messing around, even though she has not messed with him in quite some time. Okay. This is the thing. Me being in my unbothered era, the advice is going to come from that. Girl, sometimes people don't hear you. Okay. So for me, if I've expressed different things, or like if my partner has given me a certain set of circumstances of why he feels the way that he feels, I will acknowledge it. I would probably try to find another way, because clearly talking is not something that's on the list. So potentially a text message or an email. I'm good for an email. I will email you. I don't give a damn who you are. I would like to air out my grievances. I'll send a message. I don't care. I'll send one. Like, I just need you to know where I stand. We don't even have to talk, because I don't need to talk to you. I don't. But, just in case, I do want you to know where I stand. And then I would leave it alone. This is the thing. When someone is apologizing or whatever the case is, you don't have to do it 1,000 times. Okay? You don't have to apologize 1,000 times. If they didn't hear you the first time, that's on them. If you said, hey, I acknowledge that you said you didn't want me to talk to this man and that it was disrespectful, I apologize. It's not to do that. It was an emergency. He couldn't get in touch with our son. I just wanted to, get some information. Yeah, let me get into these comments. Auntie Tracy says she would show him what silence looks like. I agree. Whitney added, girl, what? He needs to go out in the yard and take a chill pill immediately. And Whitney also added that he seems insecure. Yeah, it's something to it. Like, what are you so pressed for? This is the thing. When you are dealing with someone that has a child from a previous relationship, to an extent, you have to understand that there has to be some line of communication. I mean, I don't know. I don't have children, but I would imagine that if I were to date someone that had a child, you're going to have to be in touch with the other parent at some point. For updates, it doesn't always have to be an emergency situation, but there has to be some type of data exchanged in between the two. So it certainly seems like that is some insecurity there. Especially since he jumped straight to the fact that they were messing with each other and she hasn't talked to him in over a year. Now, granted, the same way that women have intuitions about things, men have intuitions too. So he may have been around this man and kind of sensed like, oh, he might want that old thing back. We don't know. But I think that it's wrong that he's taking it out on her, because this is the thing. If it was in the flip, I would say the same thing. Let that man talk to the baby mama to figure out what man in them, what he needs. Get the latest updates. Oh, he grew a half size in his shoes. He needs some more shoes. Like, your significant other is going to have to be in touch with their old significant other when it comes to the child. Duh. Like, I mean, I don't know. Tracy said very, I mean, really, yeah, he definitely insecure. Whitney said there will be communication, period. At some point, I mean, I've seen different situations where people will use email, or they even have, I think in certain municipalities, like a certain app that you can use and you can communicate there and everything is documented. There are plenty of different ways where you can't just expect that if someone has had a child with someone and both of these parents are active, that they will never communicate. That's insane. That I think that that's a whole different level of what? Auntie Tracy asks, what if it was the other way around? Auntie Tracy, I would still say the same thing. If you're with a man and he has a child with another woman, that was before you, and that hey, that situation is gone. That's your man. He proposed to you, and the ex or the child's mother is calling for whatever reason. Hey, the baby acted up in school, or we need a little something towards the field trip, or our kid want to go and study overseas. There's a lot of different situations. I would say the same thing. You got to put your insecurities to the side and let them be apparent. You can't impede on that. Like, yeah. Auntie Tracy said he's petty. Very much so. I agree. Whitney said it was a 4-minute convo and she didn't hide it unless she did and he found out. No, it didn't say that. It said that I talked to him for 4 minutes and my fiance is pissed. Yes, man. Yes, man. Whitney. She said they have the Talking Parents app for those that can't be cordial. Yeah, thank you. I'm like, I know that it was something. I know a few people that use that app. They like this. They like, oh, baby, you typing a whole declaration over there. Okay. Latifah added that he needs to grow up. Tracy said there's too much other stuff going on while he's acting like he's 2. Yeah. And my whole thing is that this is another thing. And maybe this is why, for me, so a lot of the times we want you. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna say something. Y'all gonna be like, oh, this is controversial. Maybe not. I don't care. But like with men, we always, I guess like when they express their disdain towards things, a lot of the times they're kind of like shunned for doing so. So we're not gonna shun the man for having an emotion about this woman talking to his ex. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has like that person where it's like, oh, I don't know if I can trust my person. I mean, I don't know. I would hope that people don't have that, but I'm pretty sure there's some people that are just kind of kryptonite within certain dynamics, right? You got to be able to put that to the side. Like I could see if she was talking to him and there was no child involved, then I would be like, okay, girl, maybe you shouldn't have taken that call while your man was there or at all for that matter, but I digress. Let's see. Whitney said, I know about them apps to talk. Girl, this is the thing. Like, that's so unfortunate. It's like you already pay a phone bill. We already have enough apps on our phone. Why do we have to get an extra one just so that we could not cuss each other out? That is insane. That'd be insane to me, y'all. Like, how do you go from freaking to now we not even speaking? Oh, she's a poet and didn't know it. Okay. Yes. Moving along. Like how do we talk back then, but we can't talk now? There's a whole child. I don't understand. Bars. Boom, 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 boom. So this particular, what would you do, sis? I'm not gonna tell you to be petty. I will say this though. Honestly, if it's on your heart and you genuinely feel like, man, I may have violated something as far as my fiance is concerned, because we're not going to throw out his feelings. We just have to heat him a little bit. That's all. We just doing crack a little jokey joke. But for real, when you value people, you value how you make them feel. And you try to understand that. So, and tonight's what would you do? What I would tell this young lady is that I would make my last and final attempt, maybe not so much as to talk, but just to at least communicate. Handwritten letters are nice too, where you could just kind of sum it up, a text message, a Facebook message, like whatever way that you all use to communicate that that he's going to see the message. Just be like, hey, I just want to let you know I hear you. I acknowledge that you felt like that was disrespectful. I was just trying to respect my son in that moment by figuring out what the emergency situation was, because, this is still my son's father. And that's what I would definitely let him, know. I would even try to talk to him to see, is there, well, hey, maybe if you feel uncomfortable with me being in direct communication, what can we do to bridge the gap between you all, since you all are the fatherly figures in my child's life, my son's life. It's about being mature. The thing about it is that people don't understand with blending families, that stuff is hard. It's hard. And it doesn't matter what age you are or, where you're at in life. If you got money, if you don't, whatever the case is, blending families are difficult at any level, right? Whether you the kid, you the parent, you the step parent, whatever it is, blending can be difficult and it has its set of challenges. So we don't want to negate how he feels, but just let him know, like, hey, I understand that I hurt you, but you ignoring me is having a negative impact on me. You know what I'm saying? Because don't express too much emotion. Like, girl, go look up Shira or somebody. Like, Get your black cat energy going. You know, that's the vibe. The hose is wicked now. Okay. But do what you got to do. But yeah, I would just try to, I would say it one more time, like, hey, definitely didn't mean to disrespect you. I'd like to know what would have been a better outcome for you so that I could receive the information of what it was that I needed from my child's father to understand if this emergency in fact involved my son, right? Because I would think that would be the reason why she would want to know. Hell, I would want to know. Maybe even be a little nosy a little bit. I want to know something. Like you telling me it's an emergency. What's up? You know, what's going on? As Tracy said, that this looks like a red flag of things to come. Yes, it could potentially be a red flag, Auntie Tracy, but Whitney says she has agreed. It could be a red flag, or you could turn that red flag into a marker where it's marking where we are at an impasse in our relationship. I'm feeling some type of way. I don't know. I can't process it. Let's work through it together, right? It can work out. You know what I'm saying? If everybody is mature, but doing the silent act, acting like you're a 3-year-old, that's not going to help. So, sis, that's my advice. Say something one last time and wrap it up. If he wants to be silent, we could play Silent House. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Make sure that you all drop those businesses in the comments. And when I come back, we're going to hop into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Be right back.
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
And then, what's up? What's up? What's happening? What's up? What's up? What y'all talking about over here in these comments? Wait a minute. Are y'all still reeling off of this? Hold on. The silent act is wild at these big ages. I don't do silence. I'll be like, oh, you're not talking? Oh, okay. Like, I'm about to order some hair rules. Like, would you like some? Like, I mean, I don't know what you want from me. She said, okay, it needs a discussion, then wrap it up. I agree. Auntie Tracy said, I know I'm real good at that one. Guess who wins? Oh, okay, y'all giving the silent treatments. That's what y'all doing. Whitney said, yep, and if he's still salty, she needs to really think long and hard about marriage. Absolute. Come on now. Think about it. You can't be with you having a silent man. That is not the one, baby. I need you to talk to me. Okay. Yeah, tonight's what would you do? People be really going through some things. Like, I'm like, look, it couldn't be me. Because I'm gonna get up around your neck, like, hey, what are you talking about? What? Okay. Oh, tonight's what's happening, what's up. So something that I read today and I was super excited about. Baby, they about to bring back Everybody Hates Chris in an animated form on Comedy Central. And I don't know why, but that makes my heart smile because I don't care. I know a lot of people said that Everybody Hates Chris wasn't that funny, but it was. Kim said a silent man is the worst. Girl, yes, they are. I'm like, baby, you got to talk. Talk to me. Okay. But yes, they're bringing back my show. Everybody hates Chris. So they haven't done the official release, but they're going to be bringing back most of the voices. So Tashina Arnold, Terry Crews, like they're coming back. They have agreed to it. So I'm excited for that. Yes. Let's see. Whitney said, okay, I would like that because no one asked for good times. No one asked for good times. No one asked for good times. And I heard that it's real. I can't say the word on air, but it starts with an N and it ends with a Y. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yes, and beat them at their games. No one asked for it. No one asked for good times. Okay. Moving along. So I was happy to hear that Megan Thee Stallion, she took over the headlining spot for Lollapalooza. She went ahead and got that. She snatched that up from Tyler the Creator. He was the original headliner for this year's Lollapalooza. And yeah, she's gonna be headlining this summer's festival. So I'm happy for her. You know, I had discussed with you all after we went from the concert, and it was funny because I actually have had the opportunity to talk to a couple different people that have seen her in different cities, and we all had the same experience. So I'm gonna move on from that. We won't harp tonight. So did you all know that Louisiana is reportedly the first state in the United States to require the 10 Commandments poster to be posted in every public classroom? That's you know, what you all think about that? What are you guys' thoughts on that? They're the first ones to do it. They say put the 10 Commandments up there. Now, you know, y'all know we praise God over here, so I don't mind it, but oh baby, I know they had some people hotter than fish grease with Louisiana hot sauce on it, honey. Ooh, moving along. Okay, so I was really happy to hear about this. I mean, I know fairy tales don't work out like this all the time, but you know, I was happy to learn that Shante and Nelly, baby, not only are they back together, but they say they have been married for months. Okay, they've been married for months. I love when the couples could keep it on the LO. Be like, baby, don't nobody have to know that we go together, and we really go together. They don't have to know. I love that for them. She is a very private woman. I mean, really, if you think about it, you ain't heard no crazy stuff about Ashanti. I mean, Irv Gotti tried it not too long ago, and everybody was just like, really? Like, you kind of lame a little bit. It's giving lame. So, you know, and he's not a lame person. It was just like, that was real lame to try to like be on some expose. Like, oh, I'm gonna expose her. Like, maybe why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. You should stop that. Okay. I was happy to hear that they are married. She looks absolutely amazing. So beautiful. Such a beautiful woman. Such a beautiful pregnancy. Okay. I love that for them. And I'm glad that they found each other. You know, they never really looked like that Nelly was happy with all the other girls that he was with. He really liked Ashanti. He loved her. Okay. Loved her. I'm glad that they found each other. Moving along. So did you all know that Halle Berry is going to be carrying the torch before the Paris Olympic Games? Ooh. I'm like, Halle Berry. Ew. Bow, bow, bow. Y'all gotta excuse me. It's giving what it's supposed to give tonight. It is. It's giving. So I was happy to hear that. Y'all know I love Halle Berry. Okay, she can come out and just say she about to be a Pokemon, and I'll just be like, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Okay, so the U.S. Surgeon General is calling for warning labels to be placed on social media, citing significant mental harms for adolescents. So they want to like kind of put a screener on some of our favorite apps to basically warn that it could tarnish your mental health. And I'm like, you know, the only thing I could think of that's close to it that's out right now is when Instagram tells me to stop scrolling on Instagram because they're like, you're going into night mode. Yes, Holly Berry was my song. Like Hurricane Chris is still lit, even in 2024. But yeah, I'm like, so now y'all want to put a warning on it, like it's a pack of cigarettes or something? Okay. Now all my Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, y'all know, I'm pretty sure you've been hearing some murmurs of the big Kenya Moore scandal, where apparently she like had a poster of a young lady performing fellatio on someone, allegedly. All of this is allegedly. And so she's been suspended indefinitely from the network and from the franchise. I was like, whoa, I'm like, the season has not even premiered. What's going on? I just want to know, are we going to be able to see it? Like, not the poster, but are we going to be able to see the scene that basically caused all of this uproar? Let's see. Bobby said, Pandora's box is already open. They can't control the social media activity. I agree. Yeah, putting a label on it at this point is like, Whitney added that Real Housewives of Atlanta is wild. Yes. I mean, they haven't even, the season hasn't even premiered and they're already going crazy. They're going crazy. Last but not least on tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. So check this out, y'all. Where are my Tubi fans at? Where are my Tubi fans at? Hey. Okay. Tubi outperformed Disney Plus, Peacock, and Max last month. Everybody's heading over to Tubi to watch the movie. Okay. Y'all talk to me. Tell me what's going on in y'all world. Are y'all on Tubi or what? Talk to me. I need to know. Because how did y'all turn Tubi up over Disney Plus? What? Now I will say this. Let me go ahead and say this. Hold on, let me take a step. The promotions for the Tubi movies are off the chain. Like my Auntie Frida, shout out to my Auntie Frida. She sends me the Tubi movies all the time. Kimberly is on this live right now. She has sent me Tubi movies before. And I'm just like, girl, what? Like, what? You all remember, y'all know Donald Brumfield has been on the show before. Shout out to Don. Bishop Don Juan. Okay. He came on the show. And he has been featured on several different movies on there. So y'all, Tubi is really, they doing their thing over there. Okay, they got some of your stars that you see all the time. They are snatching them up and getting them in the movies. Yes, they are. I saw one. Shout out to Don. I saw a movie preview not too long ago, and I cannot remember the name of it. But I was like, dang, I'm like, I need to. I'm like, he is acting his ass off at this point. Bobby said Tubi is the best thing since BET Uncut. I used to watch BET Uncut too, for real. Show the titty. Shake that booty. Wait, where a card at? I gotta get a card. I need a tip drill. I need a tip drill. We had no business. None of us had no business watching. Why were we watching BET Uncut, y'all? And if you on this live and you watch BET Uncut and you about to lie and say that you didn't, log off. Like, I give you full permission to log off at this point. We're not gonna lie on the BET Uncut. Everybody saw the tip drill video. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys with before I take a quick break, okay? When I come back, tonight's topic, we're talking about what is on your summer 2024 bucket list, okay? I know I've certainly got some things. So check out a word from my amazing sponsor, Live Long Health. I'll be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998 5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health. And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. If you haven't already, make sure that you are dropping those businesses in the comments, okay? I'm going to, if you missed my special interview with Dr. Shante, I want to put her information up and just have that going with tonight's topic, just so that you all can get in tune. Let me go back into these comments. What are you all talking about over here? Latifah said, I was faithful watching want to be a video girl. Girl, ma'am, I want to be a video girl too. Whitney said, no business. Bobby said, I recorded BET Uncut on VHS tapes. Oh, baby, you on a different level. Bobby on a different level, y'all. You on a different level. Tonight, let's jump into what is on your 2024 bucket list. I want to shout out to my sponsor, Live Long Health. Shout out to Diamond. Okay, she is one of my sisters. Shout out to the league. They, the league was how we connected with one another, and I've been working with her to just, get my mind, my body, and all of that other stuff together. And I've been able to definitely, with her help and guidance, lose a considerable amount of weight. But my first thing that's on my bucket list is to get out here in the elements, like get on the trails after the cicadas die. Let me be clear. And get outside and continue the being active so that I can make sure that my work with her does not go in vain. So that's one of the first things that's on my bucket list. I have something else that's on my bucket list that, like, for real, and I don't even mean to do this to y'all, but I can't share it until next week. I can't share it until next week. Keep a little secret. I gotta keep it a little secret. So y'all know I'm not going live next week. But one of the things it was on my, I can't even say my summer bucket list, but it was on my 2024 like vision board, like everything. Oh my gosh, it's on there. It's happening. God willing, it's gonna take place. And I just decided that I'm not gonna share it until it actually comes up. But when I come back, I'm going to give you guys like the recap of why, like, okay, I can't share it with y'all this week. I know I ain't right. I hate when people do me like that. I'm like, oh, I'm like, tell me. Y'all just going to have to see it. Y'all know I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. So you all will see when I pop up at your party, know I'm with the gang. Hey. So one of my cardinal things, yes, is absolutely happening. It's next week, and I just I can't even keep myself together. So that's that. But definitely, so look, I'm trying to figure out where are we going. I need to go somewhere. I need to get out. As far as like traveling, because of this particular opportunity that's coming up for me, it kind of yielded some of my international plans that I really wanted to delve into later this year. Because it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, now your coins have to go here. Okay. So I know for me, I want to do some exploration around the US, like just go to some different places where it's cool for, our kind to go, because I was telling my friend Kim, and Kim, you can contest to this. I told you this week, I'm having a problem with the fact that I've been seeing visit Nebraska signs like in the hood or whatever. Like, and you know, have y'all seen it too? Am I the only one that's been seeing the Visit Nebraska thing? Why are they trying to get Black folks out to Nebraska? I might be the one that may actually I might potentially go and explore it. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I want to do some things this summer that I've never done. Like this week, so one of the things that was on my summer bucket list that my job ended up sponsoring us to be able to go was I wanted to do one of the boat architectural tour, the Chicago architectural tour. So I ended up getting an email a few weeks ago, and you know, our VP, he's like, hey, we're gonna do this, you know, we're doing a boat cruise. So immediately everyone's trying to figure out, like, is this a Spirit of Chicago? Is this a booze cruise or whatever? Because baby, let me tell you this. My company, they like to get their drink on. Okay. We all get our drink on. We get our party on. We get our fellowship on. Let me say that. Let me keep it cute. We like to fellowship. So I wasn't 100% sure. So then they told us that they, you know, that we were doing the one with Shoreline Cruises. Shout out to them. They're absolutely amazing. And I had a really, really good time. So I was like, poop, crossed off one of my things for this summer. So I wanted to immerse myself in more like touristy type of experiences this summer. Definitely. Let's see. She said, you want to go? Girl, we went Tuesday. I could go again, though. I can definitely go again. Let's see. Bobby said, I want to ride a real roller coaster. One of my biggest fears. Bobby, you've never ridden a roller coaster before? Oh my gosh. Friend, you missing out. I would live to go on a Raging Bull. I would drive out there right now if I could just press a button and just be at Great America. Yeah, I love that. Whitney said, I want to be a tourist in my own city. Yeah, like for me, working and doing so much behind the scenes stuff for Michigan Avenue, I don't go and get to experience it as just a Chicagoan, you know, or just a person that's visiting the city. When I go, I'm like, move, get out the way. You know, I'm like, all the tourists, get out of here. Like, you guys suck. Get out of our way. I'm moving through the city. I actually like to move through Lower Wacker so that I can avoid all of the touristy stuff and the foolishness and calamity and chaos that's going up on Upper Michigan. I don't want to sign up for it. I'm done. But I do want to be a tourist. Like, so another thing, I haven't gone to the Tilt in the Sears Tower, Willis Tower, whatever they're calling it, DuSable Drive. I don't know. But I wanted to go and do that too. Like, I've never been up to, I've been to the Willis Tower. I've been there, but I have not been able to go all the way up to the top. So there are certain things that I'm like, okay, I absolutely have to do that. I have to do it. Atisha said, no, you're not missing anything. I mean, maybe I am probably. Bobby said the word whacker always cracks me up. I mean, it is a weird word, but you know. Whitney said, OMG, let's go to the Tilt. I'm down for that in brunch. You have to feed me if you're taking me downtown. We have to go. We have to go downtown. We have to have drinks. We have to do all of that. I may potentially have a gift card. I don't know. We can set some things up. Okay, let me know. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it sounds like the first thing that I want to do, what's on my bucket list, is knocking out every cicada that I see in the nearby vicinity. Step one. Making sure that my lawn care is continuing to be pristine. Shout out to High Lawn Care. I love them. I you know, they started taking care of me at the top of this season, and I just love them. I just love how they take such great care of my grass. Like, Whitney said, yes, we should stay in a cute condo too, ma'am. And I already know you know how to find a cute condos. Man, we can take care of that immediately. Okay. Whack a cicada. Yeah, we whacking cicadas. Pow, pow, pow. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, that's what's on my 2024 bucket list. I want you all to continue to keep commenting and let me know what's on your bucket list. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, we're going to close out with tonight's quote of the night. Be right back.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the...
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle-dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
A song popped in my head, and if you know it, sing along. What would you do if your son was at home crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry and he only with a feet of his son, sitting a man for a little bit of money and his daddy's gone. I'm sorry. Y'all, this song been sitting on me. It's been sitting on me and wanted to come out. Okay, moving along. Moving along to tonight's quote of the night. So look, I want this to be tonight's quote of the night to just be a reminder, you know. Hold on, wait a minute. Bobby, what are you saying? Also on my bucket list, 2 more streams of residual income. Come on now, because we get to the coin this summer, friend. Yes. Okay. I'm here for that. Tonight's quote of the night, I just want this to just serve as a reminder. Because let me tell you this. I've had an interesting last couple weeks since I've been on air with you all. And I'm learning that when I'm placed in situations or when things get a little bit weird or whatever the case is, I'm learning to remove myself immediately. Okay. I will eject myself like a bad cassette tape. I'm like, oh, I start going all crazy. I'm like, ah. So I want to share this with you all. Remove yourself. Something or someone makes you uncomfortable. Remove yourself. You're being placed in an unfair situation. Remove yourself. In a one-sided friendship or a relationship, remove yourself. If something is causing your peace to be disrupted, remove yourself. Remember, you don't owe a single person an explanation. You have the power to remove yourself, block, disengage, and live your life without looking back. Let others interpret it however they want. If it's what's best for you, nothing else matters. Whew. Now, one thing I'll tell y'all something that MzMetchi gets in trouble for a lot of times. People be feeling like I don't, like I'm the friend, and I've been the friend over the years where I'd be doing wellness checks. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Checking in, trying to set up dates, trying to do all that other stuff. And as I have had to focus on some different things that I have had going on, and not even bad things, just, I'm like, it's just life. Life is life, and baby. Some of the reception that comes back is like, why you acting like this, you're doing this and doing all of that, or, people get weird with you. They get funny acting. They do different things, I have learned that there is power in removing yourself completely out of those situations and not doing it maliciously. You don't have to move in a way where it's like, I'm letting everybody know that I'm moving, but just silently, gracefully removing yourself from situations that don't feel right. They're unfair. They're uncomfortable. They don't make you feel good. You don't have to stick around in those situations. You have the power to remove yourself at any time. And I encourage you to do so. I'm in a season. I've told people that are close to me, I'm kind of cocooning right now. And the ones that love me and understand that, and or the ones that even know, because there are some people that know exactly like some of the things that are coming up for me, and I thank y'all for holding that close to the chest, okay, and even helping me prepare for something that's so big and so monumental. But I'm in a cocooning period where I'm just like, you know what, I'm trying to do what it is that I need to do to make sure that I'm okay for this upcoming season. But I'm learning that removing myself, that there's power in that. There's restoration in that. For myself, you don't have to deal or be in situations that are not healthy to you, that are not good for your soul, good for your spirit. If it don't feel right, if it's not of God, whatever that may look like for you, remove yourself if needed. Okay. That was all that I have for you all as far as for tonight's quote of the night. I want to thank everyone that tuned in with me. And of course, my very, very special guest for tonight, Dr. Shante Griggs. Her book, The Type 4 Experience, is available on Amazon. She told you all, so you can get the ebook or you can get it Amazon Prime to your house. Okay. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following me on Facebook at MzMetchi. Okay. You can type that in anywhere. MzMetchi, TikTok, Instagram, Snap, wherever. Okay, you're gonna find me on there, and I definitely will follow you back. Okay, and of course, shout out to my amazing sponsors. Okay, Black Dollar Days, Live Long Health, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. And special thanks to my radio partners: Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. Okay, I'm gonna be out next week. I know. I keep popping. I've been like playing peekaboo. I've been playing peekaboo with everybody. Kim said remove. Latifah said love it. I love y'all. Yeah, I've been playing peekaboo, but after when I come back, just know I have a hell of a recap. We are going to be recapping. Like the entire show is going to be about this recap of what is going on for me next week. So many fun things. And I'm really excited to celebrate the holiday. I'm excited to take some time off to rest. Y'all know MzMetchi be working hard. Okay, we got vacation coming up this Saturday at the Renaissance in Bronzeville, so make sure that you all come out. Okay, we are celebrating my good friend DJ MH Tuda. It's his birthday. Okay, cancer season. All my people are coming out. We are officially outside. It's the summertime. And of course, on Tuesday, I'm going to be hosting the Chais Up Loud Pack show. Okay. It's lit. I told you I'm on the move. And then I am off to Jet Set, and I'm off into the lands to embark on something really, really fun and really, really cool. So I'm so excited. I love y'all. Okay. We got about 2 weeks. So I hope that the rest of your June is prosperous. Okay. I hope that whatever it is that is on you, in you, okay, in your spirit, be it good or bad, or whatever the case is, I just hope that everything works out for everybody, that you stay safe, okay, and you stay well. I love y'all. And until like next time, okay. Bye.